All right, everybody, it's Dave, and it's an exciting day. So today we're at Sandy Vans, and if you didn't know about Sandy Vans, they offer a complete line of accessories, racks, boxes, storage, etc. And I was kind of in the search for a rack for our van. You can see our vans right there. And a lot of the traditional offerings, the one thing I didn't like is having to drill the door, and it's especially in the weak part of the door, and I didn't want to have to worry about reinforcements and all that stuff. So what's cool about the Sandy Vans rack is it does not require any drilling. It uses all existing holes on the hinge side and then as well as just behind the emblem. So let's see if I can show you. So what it does is it actually mounts to these holes where emblems are. So it's a strong part of the door. So that was one key thing that really appealed to me. And number two is the aesthetics. So if you look at the rack, it looks great. Now this one has a surfboard attachment on it, which is not what I'm doing. I'm doing a Backwoods large box, which they're mounting on the rack right now, and then they're going to throw the rack on the van. So, um, so I went with this. Once I talked to the Sandy Vans crew, really liked the company, so I said, "Hey, let's do a rack." So here we are, and they make nice products. If you haven't seen their stuff, they do ski boxes, right? So kind of show you here. So they do a ski box, which is a pretty big box. You can get mole panels for it. Inside it has like a closet rod where you can like hang wet clothes, wetsuits, snowboarding gear, skiing gear, whatever. And then it also has like a little shelf that goes right here. So it's kind of cut out. So you can keep your skis from banging up against each other, or you can take that out and you can just put a flat shelf there. And what you do is you have two compartments in the boost box. So super cool. They also do just your regular smaller boxes, and they also do like I mentioned this one. This is a surfboard carrier, and what it does is bottom tray kind of folds down, and then these padded bars kind of fold out, and then what you can do is you can stack your surfboards in there if you're a beach guy. All right, hey everybody, Dave's here, and I'm at Sandy Vans with the CEO, Alan, and he's going to tell us about your products.
Hey Dave, great to have you here. Sandy Vans, we're here in Miramar in San Diego, and we build, design Sprinter van products and actual final builds. So we have a few different layouts that we're doing builds for, but also full exterior products which are all aluminum, including what we're standing in front of right here, our universal rear racks, which we just outfitted the back of your storyteller with the Starboard rack. Doesn't drill any holes in your van, and then you can also put anything you like on the rear of your van. So here we have a surf rack, we have large boxes, which we'll get over to in a second, as well as any roto packs or any soft bags that you can attach to the back of your van.
And you said you make all these in-house.
So everything is designed, prototyped right here. We do have all those capabilities in-house. We just came out with a new light bar that was tested here, and then we have a number of different manufacturers that we work with locally to produce in volume.
And even the coolest part about this is if you guys come to the shop with our products, they offer free installation.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And then what kind of warranty do you offer on your built-in house products?
Absolutely, yeah. So we do a 1-year warranty as far as any products that are out in the road, tested, having issues, bring them back. We're going to talk through it. But yeah, we haven't had any issues at this point.
Cool. All right, we're going to go show you some boxes.
So this is the product that actually started Sandy Vans. It's called the Boost Box, And it comes from getting all your gear in the back of your box. So all that wet, sandy, snowy gear, like kiteboarding equipment, which is where we were when we were kite surfing on the Oregon coast, had a problem during COVID because we couldn't get enough gear in the van, came up with this, the Boost Box. So over time, it's developed, and we now have MOLLE panel on the inside and outside, drop-in shelving where you can place differently however you want to outfit for your adventure, as well as a cool shelf that drops in and organizes your ski and snowboards. Actually has inlets here so you can hang your ski poles, and just a lot of different functionality to outfit the Boost Box to make it work for you.
And then you got the mini Boost here.
Boost Box Mini, about half the size. So that one's gonna be great for firewood, any other adventure gear, recovery gear. Also can drop in a shelf. What we also came up with very recently, we call this the Boost Box Crown. So this allows for your Boost Box to have more storage on top, and that might be for gas cans or firewood, things that you can strap down on top of your Boost Box Mini.
All right, very cool. So here we are. It's the beginning of April. It's been about a month since I was at Sandy Vans getting the Starboard rack installed with the Backwoods box that I got from a friend. And up until this point, really the only change since that video was the gear top carrier was removed from the box. And I ended up going with a propane carrier because now we have a Hal fire pit. So, so I'm pretty happy with the setup. So a couple things to just really I want to talk about with this rack is what I really love about it is you don't have to drill anything. So there's no drilling through the door. So if that's something you were scared about doing, you don't have to worry about with that with the Sandy Vans rack. It's fairly simple to install. It's 2 bolts on each hinge and then a couple bolts on the center to give you your third mounting point. It's also lightweight, so it only weighs 26 pounds. So if you live somewhere that you don't have an upfit shop nearby and you don't really have the time to drive somewhere to have one installed, they offer free shipping. So you order the rack, they will ship it to you. You can install it by yourself. Be a little bit easier with a second set of hands, getting the bolts lined up, but it's totally doable with one person. Now it is rated to 150 pounds, so you can put your box on it. If you want to put bike racks on it, you can totally do that too. Sandy Vans straps Super 73 to theirs on a one-up bike rack vertically. It's totally doable. Your options are limitless. Just another note, you'll see up there on the top, it kind of looks like some ladder rungs. Those are not ladder rungs. That's just the upper mounting points. So if you go with a boost box or a really tall box, it's going to stand up pretty tall. So this gives you your mounting point for the upper part of the boost box to keep it solid. There are some L-track cutouts on the inside ledge. Haven't really figured out what they're for, but they are there and they work. So I have an L-track ring on there just to kind of show it. So super happy with it. It's everything I wanted in a rack. I think it looks great. It's lightweight. It's easy to install. Doesn't require any permanent modification to your door, and it's competitively priced against other options. So if you're in the market, give them a look. Their racks are solid. They also offer essentially a mirrored image of this rack for the other side with the license plate cut out and all that other stuff. So give them a shout if you're in the market. Check out their products. It's a great company. They make some cool stuff, and there's more stuff coming. So sandyvans.com.